Good evening. Welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Jill Heemsky. Let's take a look at the news.
Every dog has its day, and for some, that day was this past Sunday. The 18th annual Bark in the Park drew a large crowd to Peoria's riverfront to raise money. Merchandise and registration fees for the event brought in money for the Peoria Humane Society. Donations go toward animal rehabilitation and treatment. Those there with their canines said all animal lovers should support the event. Their goal for the day was to raise $50,000.
Election season is in full swing, and the Tazewell County Clerk's race has become hotly contested. Saturday morning, voters got the chance to hear from candidates vying for the Tazewell County Clerk position. Seeking re-election is Christy Webb, who has served as clerk for the past 20 years. The county clerk serves as a secretary to the county board, handles vital records, taxes, payroll, and election.
Mitsubishi sales keep driving up. Overall sales are up almost 30%. Sales in September alone were the best in 3 years, with more than 5,500 units sold. The most popular selling car is made right here in the heart of Illinois. The Outlander Sport had its best sales on record. In the U.S., all of them are made in Normal. It's an Outlander Sport powerhouse, with those cars coming off the line nearly every 2 minutes.
A Texas news radio station laid off all 47 of its reporters and replaced it with a new format. All Beyonce, all day. News 92 FM in Houston transitioned to the new format without explanation on Wednesday. The station is now playing a stream of Beyonce songs uninterrupted by commercials. Reports say that the News 92 had financial troubles. There is no word yet on when this new and unique format is supposed to end.
The body of Eric Thomas Duncan was cremated this past Friday. Duncan is the first person to be diagnosed with and die from Ebola on American soil. Since his diagnosis, the fear that the virus will become widespread in the U.S. has taken hold. Several recent scares and false alarms have raised questions about whether the health system in place can handle this deadly outbreak. It was feared Deputy Michael Monig was affected with Ebola while searching Duncan's apartment in Dallas. He has since tested negative for the disease and believes every precaution was taken.
Researchers may be much closer to unlocking the cure for type 1 diabetes. A team at Harvard University connected tests on mice with type 1 diabetes. The used lab made cells that produced insulin and controlled blood sugar levels for months, according to BBC News. Experts in the medical field call the test a tremendous step forward in the quest to cure the disease. Professors Doug Melton, the lead researcher, said, "We are just one preclinical test away from the finish line. More research is needed for the cells could be produced on a scale to cure diabetes in a human." Now let's go to Katrina for sports.
Thanks, Danielle. With the start of the 2014-15 NHL season, the Chicago Blackhawks are off to a strong 2-0 start. The Blackhawks won their second game of their season and their home opener against the Buffalo Sabres. Chicago won the game 6-2. The Blackhawks opened the game with 2 goals in the first 3 minutes of the game, and then scored 4 more goals in the third period. Chicago had an impressive offensive night with 47 shots on goal and the 6 goals. The offense was completely clicking with all 6 goals scored by a different player. The win shows the level of play the Blackhawks are capable of when the offense and defense are both playing great. IVC kept their slim playoff chances alive with an upset win over Bloomington Central Catholic. IVC won the game 6-0 with the help of 2 field goals by Jack Ressler. The win improves IVC's record to 2-4. The Grey Ghosts played a phenomenal defense game in the shutout victory. The defense caused 4 total turnovers with 2 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries. Wyatt Schroeder and Trey Beatty combined for 5 sacks to turn in a great game to help the defense. This has been the team's best defensive performance of the year, according to IVC head coach Hines. With the great defensive performance, IVC handed Bloomington Central Catholic their first shutout since 2005. The Peoria Mustangs beat the St. Louis Junior Blues for their 6th win of the season. The Mustangs won the game 4-1 on home ice at the Owen Center. With the win, the Mustangs improved their home record to 3-1. Levi Armstrong had a great game for the Mustangs, scoring his 5th and 6th goals of the season. Armstrong scored the first goal of the game in the first. He also scored the last goal for the Mustangs for his 2nd score in the 3rd. Andrew Schofield and Austin Wisely accounted for other 2 goals of the game. Schofield scored in the 2nd, while Wisely opened up the 3rd with his 5th goal of the season. The Mustangs hope to continue their good play when they take on the Chicago Junior Bulldogs on Saturday, October 18th. That's all for sports. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Katrina. Leaves and Beans shop in Campus Town is closing its doors. Our very own Anna Tassi caught up with owner James Cross to learn more about why the store is closing.
For over 30 years, Leaves and Beans has grown to be a big part of the Peoria community. However, the final curtain has suddenly fallen for their location on Bradley University's campus.
It had been in the works about 5 or 6 months. We were trying to figure out if there was anything in our control to make that store work better. They promised us a parking lot for our customers, and they also promised to build a second duplicate tower, another building of tenants, so it would have been an extra 200. So that's why we went in there, no problem at all. This would be a great location for us.
As time went on, Mr. Cross realized that there were no plans for change and their promises were not being kept.
Within a year of being there, they completely disregarded any idea that they had and decided not to open up a second building or build a second tower, and then also refused to do anything to help us with our parking situation. Many
Many Leaves and Beans customers showed concern and reached out to the owner about the unexpected closing.
We did get a lot of feedback from customers. It's always nice to see. It shows that even though you weren't making the numbers to make that store self-sustainable, you would definitely have an impact on people's lives, and they did love you.
Although the owner made a decision to shut down the Campus Town shop, he would love to come back to the Bradley area in the future.
Our number one reason why we had to shut down was just our own landlord issues. It had nothing to do with the neighborhood, it had nothing to do with anyone else. Obviously the road construction on Main Street didn't help. They did reduce traffic flow. So since we were a little too far away from campus for kids to walk to our store, and then since we didn't have customers driving by our store, that decreased, and then not even a parking lot. It kind of was a recipe for failure for that location. So I would gladly go to a different area around the Bradley area in a heartbeat.
For more information on Leaves and Beans menu items, hours, and locations, please visit www.lnbcoffee.com. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Anna Tassi.
I think Leaves and Beans will be really missed. I've definitely spent a lot of nights there cramming for my finals.
Definitely.
Well, that wraps up Midstate for the week. I'm Katrina Baumgartner.
I'm Aaron Morton.
And I'm Jill Hayimski. Have a great night and be sure to join us next week.